Hey everyone, welcome to the We Like Wrestling podcast. I'm Jared. I'm here with Justin.
Welcome.
John.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays. It's fucking Christmas time already. So last week we reviewed In Your House 5. Took place in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Seasons beatings.
If you didn't watch it, go back. It was a pretty good show.
Ours was. That pay-per-view wasn't.
So no, it was a good show. So someone actually reached out to me and told me that they were at that show as a kid and they really appreciated the nostalgia trip.
That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
So some big news. Matt Riddle signed with
Bro.
MLW.
That was the wrong bro, wasn't it? That was
Yeah.
It's Russo.
Russo's not an MLW.
So
Is his 90 days
Yes.
up?
yes.
Everybody's is, because that's all the big announcements. Mustafa's going to be at GCW.
GCW. So
Yeah.
Mustafa put
all
out
the big announcements are
So
happening
they all got
today.
released, what, like September?
Yesterday,
September
what's
20th, yeah.
what's Tennille's husband's name?
Riddick Moss?
Riddick Moss. He posted like a thing where he was like laying on her lap like a therapist type thing, and he was like, I can't hold it in, and it's a big announcement. I don't know what it was. I didn't see it, so either he didn't make it yet or what.
But yeah, all the talent that got released September 20th, their 90-day no
today's
compete
there.
is up.
Yep.
Okay.
Haven't seen anything from Dolph other than the Puerto Rico show.
Okay, that's cool.
But Mustafa posted a bunch of graphics.
Yeah, I just saw the GCW one.
It seems like Mustafa's doing the indie run.
Good. Good. Go for it.
Riddle signed to MLW.
I can't remember who all got released.
I don't remember exactly. Those were the three big.
Riddle and Dolph are the big ones.
And Mustafa.
And Mansoor and
Oh yeah.
Oh, Massey.
They haven't decided to do anything.
Mansoor's been doing some indie shows.
Yeah, they've also been doing their podcast, which is really funny.
Mansoor has a lot of charisma.
Yeah,
So-
they both do.
I haven't
They
really
both do.
seen anything from Mace.
I think they're both well together. They're really amazing.
Yeah. And then Dolph was announced, Nick Nemeth now, was announced for the Fan Jam in Maryland, February 4th,
Also Riddle though, right?
along with Riddle. So now's your chance to meet them. Dolph is a big one for me. I kind of want to go to that.
And who else? There's someone else going to be there.
You have a chance to get a photo op with Alberto and Ricardo in a nice luxury car. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Some other talents are announced. Too many. It's a fan fest, so there's a
Yeah.
lot. I think Ellsworth will be there.
We had fun that last year.
Yep.
Yeah. So
In the summer, yeah.
this week I decided to make a pick, and I went off a little bit because
Yeah.
I mean,
It's exactly what I thought you'd pick. Type of thing. Once you told us, I looked it up. I saw the card. I saw the mains, and I will say mains because it is a double main event. But once I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, of course, that's why you picked it.
yeah. So I was going through, and I was looking for. So I wanted specific matches, but the matches I wanted weren't on any of the shows.
You know, PWG 10 would have given you the same results with people in matches except for Steen.
I looked at them,
And that's the one I know you did because I went through and I was like, is this the pay-per-view that I really like with the one Kyle O'Reilly and TJ match? And I clicked on it. It was like start over. I was like, oh, so somebody else clicked on it.
Well, yeah. So I'm a big fan of like the PWG stuff. Once I found out who like Adam Cole, Kevin Owens, those types of people were in NXT, I went back and looked at their earlier stuff, and I was amazed at like the atmosphere of PWG alone. Like
I think it's a very fun crowd. It's a very ECW type crowd.
like the fans
to
pounding
equate.
on the mat
They
and
pound
you
on the
know,
mat. There's no guardrail. They are inches.
Yeah, you
if
fall
not
out the ring, you land on
a
someone's
foot
lap. I mean,
from the ring, and there's no security.
Yeah.
So they know everybody there is respectable. Probably because it's like the same people buying those tickets. That's in Pasadena, right?
It's in California. I
think
don't
it's
know the
Pasadena.
exact.
there's like a
California.
bar in the back.
Yeah.
It was the PWG arena.
Yeah. It's cool. And the commentary was fucking notches above any other commentary because they're just having fun with it. It opens with Kevin Steen on commentary. They have a rotating cast of characters doing commentary.
I was going to get into that, but now that you brought it up, like the third match in, I realized Excalibur was alone. But
I think he was alone in the second match.
Yeah, but the third match, I
okay.
realized, like, oh shit, he doesn't have anybody with him.
Yeah.
And he reminds me of Joey Styles in the fact that he can just carry by himself.
Mainly because he talks to himself. That's what he's doing.
But the commentary is so good.
I liked how the crowd, like Justin said, like when a wrestler goes outside of the
They
ring,
all just move. They're all
like,
okay,
well, we know what's coming
it.
next,
We know.
and they just
Yeah.
clear.
Anytime anybody's near the apron or ropes, it's
Yeah, they know.
It was definitely a fun, different show. So we'll get into it and then we'll talk about the show afterwards.
So I was going through High Spots TV. There's a website or an app if you have Roku and stuff. A lot of PWG stuff we were looking, and it was like CZW and
A lot of shooting interviews if you're into that, which I like. I throw on while I'm cooking. I'll listen to shooting interviews.
I was talking to my son and explained to him that if he wants to watch WWE, Peacock, AEW is YouTube. But if you want to watch indie wrestling,
Can't you watch AEW? They don't have. You can't watch it on
Sling,
TNT?
I think it is.
Oh no, I don't know. But TNT has their own app. TNT and TBS, I think, have their own apps.
But I was telling him High
don't
Spots is
know.
like indie wrestling. So he typed in AXW and search. And
They
then
aren't they on IWTV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I just love the fact that he connected
Yeah.
indie wrestling and AXW.
Yeah.
He was upset he couldn't find any.
They are on, but
So-
you have to pay for each. I don't know how it works, but I think it's on.
It's not on High Spots though.
no. IWTV is
Yeah, IWTV.
independent wrestling TV.
And then he asked me how to spell Three Legacies.
So, but I don't know if AXW
That
is
is
on.
definitely on
How's it-
IWTV.
I don't know. They're on Premier Streaming Network.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if AXW is also on the same thing, but
Are they on
a lot of indie
YouTube? I know Outbreak used to be.
a lot of indie shows are on Premier Streaming Network. Shore Star, Superstar. I think GTS. It's the Grim Toy, whatever.
Okay.
So a lot of that is on Premier Streaming Network. He got better. He's more mature now. But yeah, so I was going through High Spots, and I really wanted to do an indie show because a lot of times we focus on TNA, WWE, AEW, ECW. We haven't really touched on independents. I think we mentioned or maybe watched one ROH or something.
Yeah, it was. Did we do a whole? I don't think we did a whole show, but we definitely reviewed. Was it Kenny, Tyler, and Brian
Yeah.
or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that match, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going through, and can you tell how old this show is?
2011, I think it
Yeah,
said.
11.
Yeah, 11. But the look of everybody, they're so young. So Steen
So
Wolf.
young, but it also shows you. So that's what
12
12
years
years
ago.
ago.
12
That's
years.
when my son was born.
So think about the aging of, let's just say, Hulk Hogan from 1990 to 2000 and what was it? 12 years, you said?
Yeah, so 2002.
So 2002. Think about that age, that difference in body, in wrestling ability versus this 12-year gap of guys who are still doing the exact same shit.
Ricochet.
And they're
Owens.
all, because they take care of their bodies better, they're all still able to do that. Even, like, I know this is the guy that is a guaranteed go-to, and he's not on the show, but AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the motherfucker is doing exactly what he did in 2002, and he still does it at a high level, and still does it well.
I think Kevin Owens aged better.
I think they all aged better. Some of them found steroids.
Oh, yeah.
One in particular.
Yes.
So the opening match of PWG Steen Wolf, October 22nd, 2011, was a 6-person.
Before we get started, I'm sorry, because you guys know this better than me. Is this, I don't want to say pay-per-view, is this a,
DVDs. They used to just do DVDs.
Monthly shows.
so this is like
They do
a,
monthlies, yeah.
just a regular standard show. It's not a big, it's not like their Mania show kind of thing.
Their Mania is Bola.
Well,
That'll-
this is just like a regular house
Everything
show.
else is just, and then PWG like PWG 1 to PWG 2. They have that. But besides Bola and that, everything else just has a name.
I think they had 3 Mendes. They had like 5 of those.
I see there's a lot of Battle of Los Angeles
That's
on there
Bola.
too. Oh, okay.
That's the Mania, yeah. That's like a 3-parter.
Yeah, it's like a weekend thing. It's a giant tournament.
Oh, okay.
All-Star Weekend. They used to do All-Star
All-Star Weekend
Weekends.
was another one, yeah.
That's where I saw Steen and the smiling guy. What the fuck's his name? Paul London.
Honestly, that might be where I wanted to find those matches, but they were like 4 parts. And
Yeah, that's yeah.
but the
They're
opening,
usually Mania. They usually do that.
Yeah.
That's like a Mania. Yeah.
does PWG still run or no?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So the opening match was a 6-person tag.
I knew 2.
Candice LeRae, Chris Cadillac,
Don't know, man. I looked him up. No real anything.
Famous B.
Yep. I really did think maybe when I heard the name, I was like, is that Cheeseburger?
That's the first thing.
And then when I saw him, I was like, there's no way. That guy's like
Before I
twice
saw,
as big as Cheeseburger.
I thought it was like a really young Jay Lethal until I saw
Oh, he's taller than Lethal.
up
though.
close. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
wait, no, but
Yeah. No, when I first heard the name, I thought, because it's world famous CB and world famous Cheeseburger, I thought maybe he started as famous B.
Famous burger.
And, yeah. And then I saw him and I was like, wow, he's too tall. He's actually like buff. Like there's no way that's him.
So that first team defeated
who's on the other team?
Freddie Bravo,
Oh yeah,
Peter Avalon, and Ray Rosas.
I didn't even recognize.
Kind of
Peter
looks
Avalon.
like
I
a
did.
Goodwill version of Adam Rose.
It was completely different.
So for the 4 people we don't know, that was their first ever PWG show. That's Excalibur was saying that, and Kevin Owens was also making fun of him.
Later on, we'll also
Kevin Steen, sorry.
later on we'll have another debut.
I've never heard the word vagina said so much during a wrestling match.
Yeah, she's the one with the vagina. Well, how do you know that the others don't have vaginas?
He did not give a shit about that
I
match.
think it was the guy with the roses. That's what he was. Maybe he has a vagina. I don't know.
He was just he was the best part of that match. He was funny.
But think back now. Now you see his skills of that. Now think back to that time WrestleMania got rained out, and they just gave him a mic and he started going. It's because he's good at that shit. It's not new. He didn't like get trained in WWE to do that shit. He was good at that.
I couldn't help but feel like Kevin Steen was Blackwell. They sound similar. I don't know. But Peter Avalon was the same person he is now,
I have here
just a lot younger.
at a total combined weight of all 6 competitors, 420 pounds.
Yeah. The match went 11 minutes and 49 seconds, which, watching it, it seemed like it went shorter than that. But I also have that it was like a spot fest. It was fast paced.
It was a spot fest, but I will say, this made me go, oh shit, Peter Avalon's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
He definitely stood out in the match. I did not remember him. I know I saw him wrestle in Chikara, but again, that's very gimmicky, so people don't stand out.
Yeah.
As their wrestling prowess doesn't stand out as much as their gimmicks do. But I have that, and I also have that shooting star cannonball.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So Kevin Steen. Sorry.
The shooting ball cannonball was the move in the match that I went, oh, well, that guy should have been somebody.
So Kevin Steen actually pointed that out on commentary.
Oh, yeah, he said he asked him about it before because Kevin Steen uses the cannonball. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that looked pretty cool.
I'm sure that's all.
I liked was the Cadillac Kid. He was pretty good. Was it him?
Cadillac Kid is the one who did the shooting star cannonball.
He did some pretty cool moves. I was like, oh, I like this guy.
Yeah, lots of flips, cool flips. That's,
It was a good opening match, I guess, to get the audience invested.
Yeah,
And,
Candice LeRae with her ballplex.
yeah. So Candice LeRae on the Indies had a lot of matches with Gargano and a lot of matches with Joey Ryan.
Well, a lot of guys. Well, no, her and Joey Ryan were a team.
Yeah, but she faced Gargano.
Is that because there wasn't many girls? Like the problem we have now with like Izzy.
I think it just stops worrying about that shit. At some point, you got to just be a wrestler.
like Lasha.
Yeah, I get that. Like WWE it'll never happen in WWE because there's so many people that'll go, oh, well, men can't fight women. I guess I shouldn't say never, but it's not going to happen as it does on the indies. But at some point, it's just I'm a wrestler. You're a wrestler. Who cares what what weight we are.
And I will say,
I used to say that about UFC when they used to say about like women doing UFC or just mixed martial arts in general. Then the concept would always be brought up. Well, they can never wrestle or fight in the men's division. Well, why not? Why should it matter if, like, say you're both welterweights? Why should it matter if you're a male or a female? If you're both the same weight class, then there's no advantage. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I will say one of the main factors is there is a lot less women wrestlers on the indies, especially back in this time, 12 years ago.
But I like that they didn't even make a big deal about it.
No.
She was just part of the match. They didn't oh my God, is he really going to hit her? They just, nope, let's just wrestle.
She's a wrestler.
Yeah.
That was indie wrestling. Yeah. Especially PWG. That was the...
And the crowd wasn't even like, ooh, like they just, no.
So, it wasn't a great match.
No, it was fine. It was
What it was, yeah.
Yeah. The 6-man, get a bunch of guys on the card that haven't been here before, get them to show their shit.
Yeah. And actually, another match that actually piqued my interest was TJP against Rocky Romero.
I figured.
Of course it did.
Because even still to this day, you guys don't really appreciate Rocky Romero's... Right? I'm always the guy that is like, oh yeah, Rocky Romero's wrestling. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know much about him.
But I'm like that with TJ.
But you now see that with this match, that he's fucking amazing.
Yeah. And then he was in AEW for briefly, wasn't he? Did he have
He's
a match
literally
or two?
he's wrestling there next week.
Oh, he's still there? Okay.
Yeah,
I think he's signed.
He's a PWG, a New Japan guy.
ROH. He might be signed to ROH, but...
He used to be in a tag team called Forever Hooligans with Alexander Kozlov. He retired.
I never heard of him. But
Yeah, I don't think you would have if you did New Japan, and then ROH also, and then Trent and him made Roppongi Vice, and that was a ROH/New Japan thing.
Now they're both in
And
chaos.
I really liked. I mean, they had some going back. If you look up Roppongi Vice and Bucks in New Japan and ROH, those matches are fucking amazing.
They're part of chaos now, aren't they?
Isn't everybody? I don't know.
It's either Chaos or Bullet Club.
No. They're part of Chaos.
Well, no, I mean like Chaos or Bullet Club.
Oh yeah. No, there's other ones.
I mean, it was a great match.
United
It was
Empire.
impressive. Rocky Romero. It's like my first match I've seen of him.
I love TJ's hesitation dropkick.
It's
not as
Chris
good.
Sabin's,
Yeah, I was
though.
gonna say, it's not as good
I have
as
it down
Sabin.
here. I have hesitation dropkick parentheses not Sabin.
Yeah.
But it was good. The chain wrestling, man.
Yeah.
The chain wrestling to start this match.
And TJ's not green at all. Like he's been wrestling for a while.
No, they said it. Like both of these guys were wrestling each other at this point, probably 10 years before this.
I mean, TJ started wrestling at
Yeah.
like 13 or something.
He's the youngest vet, they said, or something like that. Like, did you guys notice who was sitting at the commentary desk with Excalibur? Excalibur's doing commentary by himself, but there was somebody sitting with him.
Oh, I never even saw the commentary desk.
Yeah, the way they positioned the camera for some of the
I
match.
didn't even notice it.
I saw, but I couldn't make out.
Ricky Reyes.
Was it?
Yeah, which is funny because when I saw the chain, I was like, "Oh, that's the shit Ricky did." And yep,
I did like that when they had that, like in the middle of the match, what was it? TJ reversed the submission move that Ricky was doing.
are you talking about the Boston Crab Pendulum STF?
Yeah,
that
like
was fucking amazing.
Yeah. I could, it was like submission to another submission.
Yeah,
like,
chain wrestling, man.
I love TJ's matches.
it was good.
I like the spider thing.
Oh yeah, they both did the
On the
spider.
rope.
Yeah.
And then Rick Knox fucked up, I feel like.
Oh yeah, the finish.
Like that was a fucked up finish.
yeah.
Because TJ was confused.
Oh yeah, well, he kind of like
He did the kick. And
But they
then
didn't go. The good thing is they didn't go back to the finish. Like, oh, I'm going to do one.
I thought
move
they
and-
were going to. I saw him
thought
pick
so
him up.
too. I thought so too. But they did a little.
I saw
something
it too because he
cover
was.
it.
The ref stopped counting it too, and I'm like, he didn't kick out. He didn't even move. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the when Romero got out of the tree of woe because I always thought that was dumb.
Yep.
Even in WWE, like just move your leg and get out of it. Like, why would you hang there and get kicked? Like Samoa Joe, just like nope,
Yep.
just moved. I like that.
13 minutes. So it went longer than the six person.
I was going to say this might have been okay. So the 6-person was probably the shortest match then.
Yeah, not by much though.
Yeah.
This next match was only 30 seconds longer.
So it was at this point when I realized, okay, so good pick to watch some cool wrestling moves, but where's the story? What am I invested in here? Who's TJP? Who's Rocky Romero? Why are they wrestling each other?
Yeah, I didn't know who was heel or face.
Exactly, because TJ was acting very cocky in the beginning. He came out very cocky, head up. Well, I shouldn't say come out because you don't. Yeah, is it weird? Is it weird for you guys to watch wrestling without entrances?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
That's odd.
yeah.
Just show their names on the graphic and then they're in the ring.
And they show their entrance. Like, they didn't just teleport here.
Like
They
the
walk
graphic is the entrance.
Yeah. But it's like black and white.
in.
There's
But you
like
don't get the whole, yeah.
Yeah, I think Excalibur mentioned on commentary that they've had history.
yeah, but is it just we don't hate each other? We have good matches. Let's see who
That's
wins.
fine for indie wrestling.
So
Like,
good
in the
match.
6-man, Avalon was obviously the heel. You could tell.
Yeah. And there was story there. I guess him and LeRae had been feuding.
Yeah,
Okay, so
The
yeah, I
rest of
didn't
it's
know.
just filler.
yeah. But the TJ and Rocky match was good. I enjoyed it. And then this next match, not gonna lie, when I saw the names of these people, I assumed one of them was gonna be Morrison.
Me too, Johnny Goodtime. I was like,
I know who Rockness Monsters are.
He just changed his name everywhere
I
he
knew
goes.
that. And that's why I was like, why? Why does Rockness Monsters?
Yeah, so Rockness Monsters, which are Johnny Goodtime and Johnny Yuma,
I don't know who they are.
neither do I, defeated the Fightin' Taylor boys, Brian Cage Taylor and Ryan Taylor.
I don't know Ryan Taylor.
Managed by their cousin Chuck.
Yeah,
Looked very good, though.
yeah, they weren't, even Excalibur wasn't sure of the relation. He said like cousin
it's just
or
a joke.
step
I think it's a
brother or
joke.
yeah.
That's why I saw Brian Taylor. It's Brian Cage Taylor. He's Brian Cage.
Yeah. By the way, he looked great then. Why did he fuck it up?
Honestly, he's unrecognizable.
Yeah.
He was completely
If
unrecognizable.
he'd come out as like Brian
I pulled up
Taylor,
a
I wouldn't
picture.
even known.
I pulled up a picture and showed my girlfriend. This is who that guy is now. Still has a shitty mohawk.
And the funny thing is they referred to him as all natural.
They even back then call him the fucking
Machine.
Yeah, fucking machine.
So
I like
I'm
how, yeah.
confused about the crowd was doing a chant.
Get your shit in.
Yeah.
Get your shit in.
Yeah. And then they also chanted for Rockness Monster. Like
Do
what's
you know what "get your shit in" means? We'll
is that-
talk about it off air.
Well, I know. But like what does that have to do with Brian Cage?
I don't know, but
Was this Brian Cage before he was introduced to something? The gym.
he looked good. He did look good.
yeah.
He looked
was
great.
not-
Yeah. He looks ginormous.
But I did
now.
say
He's a-
it's the difference between just a guy who works out and a guy who takes stuff, whether it be steroids or just
HGH, whatever they call it. Or,
anything.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with steroids. Let's just get it out of the way. There's nothing fucking wrong with it. It's a non-competitive sport. Who cares? Even if it was a competitive sport, fuck it. It made baseball more fun.
he's massive now, man.
Yeah.
He's like, phew.
So
The only bad thing is that it kills you.
I enjoyed
I didn't know the other guy. Like I know Chuck
did
Taylor,
not
of
know
course,
him, yeah.
and I know Cage, but I didn't know the other brother or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't know him.
But he was pretty good too.
He
for
looked
shape.
good.
Yeah.
He had that Randy Orton type long body, long legs. That type of look.
Yeah. He looked good.
But yeah, no, never heard of him.
And I don't know anything about Rock Ness Monster.
Good tag team from that era of stuff. California tag team.
yeah,
Do they look like Young Bucks before Young Bucks? Without all the super kicks.
they look like a more talented the guys with the bright green in AEW.
Oh, Hybrid? Hybrid 2.0?
Yeah.
Not two. Was it 2.0?
They're not even there anymore.
One of them is. But I like the Rockness Monsters. I thought they were pretty cool. They're fun to watch.
I thought the match was great. It just was too much of, oh, what a devastating maneuver. Like Vince McMahon.
so-
And then a kick out. And then another awesome move, kick out.
Not here, but I'll get to that.
So at some point though, did you like? It looks like they lost their spot.
Yeah.
About halfway through the match, maybe a little further than halfway. It's like they all got kind of lost. I was like, oh fuck, where do we go from here? I didn't notice a big fuck up until I noticed them going slow and trying to piece shit back together. And I don't think anybody's calling time. Like, I don't think it matters.
Well,
No.
I forgot to mention this during the TJP match. I like the part where he threw the referee into TJP. Or what's
They,
He, like, Irish
did a lot
whipped
of
him.
shit with Knox at first.
And then he did that
Yeah.
Weird.
flying body press on
Yeah.
him. And like, I was
But
like,
then
what is going
the
on?
referee completely no-sold him.
This match felt like it went longer than the TJ match,
I agree.
but it was shorter.
Um,
And this is when I realized Excalibur by himself is pretty damn good.
this is when I realized that there are way too many CM Punk shirts in the crowd.
Oh, there was a lot
Like
of them.
a lot.
But-
Amber pointed it out, and then I started seeing them, and I was like, "There's one. Oh shit, there's one. There's another one. That's it. No, that's a different guy. That's
But
another one.
there was a guy-
Oh, here's a different one.
Who's back was the hard cam, had the best in the world.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, so there was at least 3 of the best in the world shirts, and then there was one with the
white.
black one. No, the white. That's
Yeah.
the best in the world one.
Yeah.
Then there was one guy had the black and yellow fist with the lightning bolt.
This was just after Summer of Punk.
Yep. I realized that. I was like, okay, 11 October. So
It
Money in
would
the
have been
Bank-
July.
Yeah, Money in the Blank would have been the summer. So yeah.
Yeah. I also saw a lot of later on. I saw a lot of people with Generico masks,
I thought there was only one. There's somebody else had a Super Dragon mask.
Super Dragon, and then there was a mask that looked like. Remember when a certain somebody in our area used to dress up as Tokyo Dragon?
Yeah.
There
That's a
was a
Super
mask.
Dragon mask, I think, isn't it?
Probably, but
Yeah.
I thought of that, and I'm like, oh dear God.
Yeah, I think that's a Super Dragon mask.
This was a
Super
good match.
Dragon.
It was okay,
yeah, it's too much.
but
It was forgettable the moment I saw this next match. This was my match of the night.
you're not going to like my opinion of this match.
What? Of which one?
The next match.
What the fuck?
So hold on.
Fuck off.
So we're at the
No, hold on.
Willie Mack and Davey Richards?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Davey Richards defeated Willie Mack, and it went 16 minutes, which is too long.
What?
I was like, I'm going, wait, this match happens in TNA right now, doesn't it? Aren't they both still in TNA?
No, Willie Mack is in AEW, isn't he? And Davey doesn't wrestle. I'm pretty sure Willie Mack wrestles for ROH or AEW or something.
He's not in TNA anymore? I thought he was
I
in.
don't think so.
No.
But he was, right? I'm not imagining that.
was,
He
yeah.
was, okay.
I think this match went too long. It was nice because it was slow compared to the other matches.
So I wanna ask you, would you tell that to Davey Richards' face? Because that motherfucker would kill somebody.
He's short.
He
he's,
is so intense. He walks and kicks your ass.
Yeah.
looks like Chris Benoit, Dynamite Kid, and Dean Malenko had a baby.
I say, well, not looks, but here's the way I have him wrestling. I have him as a mix. If you had to explain who Davey Richards is right now, tell them he is Malachi mixed with Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
All the kicks, all the fun jiu-jitsu shit mixed with the joint manipulation of Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
I mean, body wise, he looks like Dynamite Kid. Like he's short and stocky, and
I like
His shoot interview is very good. It tells you he like grew up on a farm. He all his life he just wanted to be a firefighter and EMS guy. And he is. He's done that. He does that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like Davey Richards.
Fucking
I like
insane.
that he almost kicked
Take-
someone in the front row
He does not give a shit. And what were you gonna do about it? Nothing.
when they went around the ring.
Yeah.
because that's how close they are. Like
Yep.
the crowd, he almost kicked that one guy.
Yeah.
Take a couple minutes off the match and it'll be fine. I think it was
No,
dragging.
I think
a
it was
little bit.
perfect. I think they started Willie Mack's fiery comeback at the perfect time.
Although he did seem a little gassed.
So what didn't you like about the match? Like, what do you think?
It was enjoyable at first. It's just like I said, take a couple minutes off, and it just seemed like it was dragging at one point.
I think they could have cut out the 2 minutes of no selling.
I think that's probably
Got it.
what it was.
There's just everything no sell, and that's 2011's time of
Like
hit your
Davey
shit in.
Davey did a dragon suplex. Willie Mack did a dragon suplex. They both got up.
Yeah, they both just keep no selling for like 2 minutes. Everything
One
they
did a
do.
clothesline. The other did a clothesline. It was
Kick to the face type shit. Like, no, if Davey Richards kicks you in the face, you should be down. Willie Mack, let's give it to you. Willie Mack did a really fucking good job.
And he
Because
got
this on paper, this match looks weird. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's Davey Richards going to do with Willie Mack?
and this is a young Willie Mack.
Yep, he's fresh in, and
After the
nice
match-
little promo that Davey gives him at the end.
Yeah.
They did touch on it in commentary. Excalibur does say about how Willie Mack used to be a fan right there in the third row, watching guys like Davey Richards come in and stuff like that. So they did tell you that story on commentary, which actually, there you go. There's a story that it gets you into it. That got me into the match, and also I was already a Davey Richards fan, so.
Yeah, I like afterwards that Davey took the time and gave Willie Mack his shit because you can tell that Willie Mack is still young. And I don't know if this was Davey's.
I was very surprised at 2011 that he's there already. He must be fresh because I didn't think he came in until like 15.
Was this Davey's send-off soon after this to Impact?
No. He's going to be like ROH champion soon.
Okay,
Not
so
soon.
ROH, but
No, he works both ROH. I mean, they fucking talk about ROH.
Him and Eddie Edwards aren't tag team, aren't they? Soon.
They will be Dojo Bros.
I don't know what they were called, but they were a tag team. I remember.
So they started out. Wait, no, that was no. Eddie Edwards and Davey were not a tag team in PWG. It was Roddy and Eddie.
yeah.
They were a tag team called Dojo Bros, I think.
Okay, but Davey and
I get a little confused because like all three of them look alike. I know they have different body styles, but they look a lot alike.
And Roddy did a lot of stuff with Cole
Kyle
and
O'Reilly was in there. What'd you say?
Roddy did a lot of stuff with Cole and O'Reilly as well.
Yeah, but so like that the UE that you guys know, the Undisputed Era, and adding in American Wolves, like that's actually the running crew. Those guys ran together. So technically, like that friend group should include Davey and Eddie.
O'Reilly and Fish were Red Dragon.
Yeah. Well, Fish isn't even talked about yet.
No.
He's not even close to being brought in.
But the promo after the match, it seemed like Davey was just like not sort of
Davey
leaving,
and Kyle tag at some point in PWG.
because he was saying
And there's definitely a match where it's Davey and O'Reilly versus Roddy and Eddie. Which I thought was weird because I was watching ROH at the time and knew Davey and Eddie as American Wolves. So it was like, well, wait, they're wrestling each other over there, but tagging over here. And at that time, my brain didn't really make sense of that.
They did split up at one point, though, didn't they? Feud.
But you're thinking of
Way
TNA.
later, yeah.
You're in like the like that happened in like 19, I think, man.
Yeah. I know, way later.
But Davey was saying, I don't want you to chant my name, chant his. Like,
Yeah.
it's
He may be going to just primarily work ROH soon. What? Trying to think what year that would have been.
Good for Willie Mack to keep up with him because Willie Mack's a bigger guy.
He might be ROH champion in 2012. Davey. So this could be, hey, I'm going to go work ROH full time.
I know on commentary they mentioned that Davey the previous year won the Bola.
I don't remember that, but yeah.
Because I'll talk about that then. But yeah, like I said, just take a couple minutes off. It would have been a pretty good match. And then we have the Dynasty, which what's the Dynasty?
It's Joey Ryan and
No, I know, but like what?
what's their tag name?
Why are they the Dynasty?
Because Joey Ryan likes baseball. Did you not notice that his tights have the Los Angeles?
Yeah, so the Dynasty, Joey Ryan and Scorpio Sky defeated Los Luchas, Phoenix Star, and Zocre. Zocre?
I looked them up. Do you know what I noticed? Actually, it was like one of their only accomplishments. They trained a certain someone. A certain friend of yours. Ours, but more or less yours.
Ricardo.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep. They trained him. Now, I don't know if they were his first trainer, but, he trained at their school.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool.
There is nothing else to note. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
I looked it up. I thought maybe these are somebody.
Worked somewhere else under a different name or nothing?
Nothing.
I will say Scorpio Sky doesn't look like he aged one bit.
He got buff.
Yeah, but that's it.
Because those arms are like my arms. Like he's got nothing there. Fuck, I think his elbow pad is falling off of him at some point. It's like just falling down his arm.
But same gear, same moves.
Yeah.
Not to knock the guy, but I can see why he's not doing well on his own. It's just the same boring.
Yeah, SoCal was definitely his best thing.
Kind of like Robert Roode, where it's just the basic, generic.
Robert Roode's amazing. Watch your mouth.
But I was watching this, and I'm like, that's still the Scorpio Sky of 2023. Like, he hasn't changed much. Nothing special in this match.
Yep, it was a filler.
Just a tag match.
Next two matches are both filler. Getting ready for the mains.
Yeah, but this one wasn't great.
I didn't think the next one's great either.
I think this one went too long as well.
Again, I feel like they're just I think this is after intermission. It sounds somebody said something about intermission during this match, I think.
So Ricochet defeated Chuck Taylor. The match was 20 minutes and 5 seconds. For a singles match, 20 minutes.
Chuck Taylor was amazing. I thought he did great.
I never heard Chuck Taylor to AEW.
Wonderful work. I knew him, but Chikara. I knew him from Chikara. Remember the match we always talk about, the tweet or the post that I always say about Johnny Gargano that came from him and Chuck Taylor in a tag match. But knowing what Ricochet can do, this was kind of boring. He had like a couple cool spots.
I like how they started trying to grab the title.
Yeah.
It's something funny.
How young in Ricochet's career is this? Is he just starting?
He's got a shitty mohawk too. Him and Brian Cage run fucking
Same barber?
Yeah.
No, they mentioned on commentary that Ricochet has done stuff in Japan and
No, not
Yeah, but you could be
Dragon
like
Gate. Dragon Gate is not Japan.
you could be
said
2
Japan.
years in and still be kind of young and still be
Yeah.
no, I think he's been around a couple years at least.
Chucky T at this point has been though.
Yeah,
And I really liked it.
I always
thought he
forget-
was really good.
I always forget how old Chuck Taylor is.
He looks exactly the same.
Yeah,
If anybody from this show doesn't look like they came from that show in 2011 and went to their next show in 2023, it's Chuck Taylor.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
same body. Same.
Yeah, everything. He looks great though. I mean,
Why
I
doesn't
thought it was
AEW
really good
acknowledge that him and Cage are cousins?
That's true.
Should acknowledge that on TV.
Yeah.
Did we ever look up the Ryan Taylor guy? Did anything come from him? Or
I didn't look him up. No.
a 20-minute singles match on this card is just I don't know. Like this match was
Yeah, it could have went. That one should have been shorter.
yeah. I didn't. It
It
was
was filler. Oh, I just didn't feel like it had anything. Also, Chuck Taylor comes off as a fucking face when he's definitely supposed to be a heel.
even on commentary later. He's a face-ish.
I liked him during the tag. I know we're going backwards, but I liked him during a tag match where he just randomly went in the ring.
Yeah, he was
on the corner,
Yeah, he was
too.
on, yeah.
Stood in the corner. He was waiting to be tagged in.
Well,
He
where
just-
else are you gonna stand? In the crowd? There's nowhere else to stand there.
If he stands up, he's gonna block everybody.
and he just like went in randomly, and the referee's like, "Hey, get out of here!"
Yeah.
So yes, one of the matches that got me to pick this
Shock the system.
was this tag match.
You think they don't have entrances so that they can use like fun music and then they don't have to pay the rights or worry about that shit?
So I'm curious: are these time limits bell to bell then,
I don't know.
or are they?
I didn't write time limits. Did you time it or did you look it up?
No, it has the time. I looked up from a website the time.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because like, you know,
But when you watch, you can watch the time. But yeah, this match was one of the ones that got me to pick this. And then obviously the main, but honestly the TJ match I had interest in as well. So Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, defeated Future Shock, Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. 20 minutes, 55 seconds. So this was the debut of Future Shock.
in PWG.
Yeah, in ROH and everywhere else, they were Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. In PWG, they have a team named Future Shock.
Oh, so this was the first time they called themselves Future Shock.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I do remember that they were just Cole and O'Reilly when they were like super young baby faces. When Adam Cole was still wearing his bright green Panama City trunks.
So they've been partners and fought each other over the years. I know some of the DVDs you gave me, they wrestle each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's other ones where they're tag teams. So, okay.
2010, Kyle and Adam Cole were a team in ROH and whatever. 2011 at the show was their debut. And Excalibur mentioned on commentary that they've been teaming together before, just this is the first time. And then after the match, they got a standing ovation, and the fans chanted, "Please come back, please come back."
Davey Richards comes out.
Yeah.
He seems like he's like the locker room leader of that place.
Yeah.
Well, he's not a guy I would have messed with. So.
Oh, yeah. So Young Bucks are heel.
Super heel. Even later.
Yeah. I'm confused about that, but
It's because they don't suck dick. They're good Christian boys.
that's why I'm confused.
I see, because you're thinking about that. That comes like so much later.
Does it? Okay.
That's like 13, 14, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we got years. We got years.
So I'm guessing this is,
Sorry.
yeah, this thing's been,
Yeah.
Hold it.
this is way before Generation Me in TNA, right?
No, after.
After that?
No, Gen Me's like 2008,
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
2009.
I didn't think it was that early. I didn't think it was, I thought that
Yeah.
was so.
Well, Christian comes in what, 7?
6
No. Yeah, Christian. No, Kurt comes in 7.
6 or 7, yeah.
Yeah, so they're barely there when Kurt's there. Because they're not part of the...
They only did like 2 matches or something.
They're not there when
When TNA has their weekly show.
the frontline gimmick starts with the main event Mafia. And what's that? Like 8 or 9?
That's when Sting was there.
Yeah. Well, Sting was there from like 2002, pretty much.
Wow, I didn't think they were there that early. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they were there before they made
What were they, like fresh out of diapers when they were there?
pretty
Yeah,
much.
They were
yeah.
babies.
The first thing I realized in this match is I do not miss those fucking trash bag pants that people were wearing at this time. I hate those things. Even the Ray pants, like Ray wore them, and then everybody started wearing them. Like, go back and watch a CZW from this time.
Oh, so
every motherfucker is wearing those.
You didn't like Dylan?
No, I hate those pants. I really, really do.
Yeah, the
think they
shiny,
look like-
long,
I
baggy
hate them. I think
parachute.
they look
yeah.
like shit. They look like trash bags. They really do. And it just makes it. I don't know. There's just something about them.
So at this point, the Young Bucks are the longest reigning.
At least the shorts versions, like Usos were
Those
a
are-
little bit
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pants they just look
At
horrible.
this point, the Bucks are the longest reigning PWG tag champs.
They look so young. My mind can't wrap around the fact that they've been wrestling that long.
They're young bucks.
Because they look
for
like
Gen Me, yeah.
young. Even now, they look young.
Fucking mutton chops.
It's hard to believe they've been wrestling that long.
But this is the Young Bucks that I always enjoyed watching.
This was the Kyle O'Reilly I enjoy watching. Holy shit. He was tight with everything. He's fast, he's tight, he keeps a hold. Everything just looks so smooth with him.
Yeah. Who
Smooth and intense.
whose nose was busted open? Because was it Matt's?
One of them. I don't know the difference between them. Yes, one of the young
Black
bucks.
hair is Matt.
No, not nose. His mouth. He was bleeding from
Oh,
his
mouth. Okay.
Yeah, actually, when Kyle does the guillotine on the floor the first time, you can actually see whoever it is, one of the Bucks, tell him, "Hold on, I think I busted my lip or something." Like he tells them, "I'm bleeding," and then they just go in the spot. But yeah, it gets all over his side and shit.
Yeah. Excalibur mentioned that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed this Young Bucks. I enjoy this Kyle O'Reilly. Adam Cole's still somewhat getting his feet a little wet, but
I think this would have been better as a ladder match.
yeah. Well, when I think of PWG in my mind, I remember watching I don't know what they call it, but it was 3 teams. Is it Guerrilla Warfare?
Well, Guerrilla Warfare is pretty much their like TLC metal. What TNA Metal Mayhem, Full Metal Mayhem. Yeah, that's their.
It was
Like no holds barred death match, but it's not really a death match.
I remember seeing like Red Dragon, Bucks and somebody else in a ladder match, and like it was just like holy shit, because not only is it the Bucks, but it's Red Dragon, and it's
There's a possibility that's PWG 10. Oh no, it can't be because O'Reilly wrestles TJ at that match and at that show, and he's in Red Dragon. But
yeah.
sure,
So
that wasn't ROH. I didn't know Red Dragon worked PWG.
I don't
I
know.
thought Red Dragon was specifically an ROH tag team.
It might be. I don't know. I get a lot of that young ROH PWG stuff mixed up.
Yeah.
But I highly enjoyed this match. I'm a fan of the Young Bucks, but
12.
Huh?
12.
12 what?
What do you think?
I know.
12 stars?
Did you
huh?
count them too?
Oh, 12 super kicks.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you counted.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't count. I just guessed. Based on what he was saying, I figured that's what he was talking
Yeah.
about.
But this is...
That's it. 12. That's it.
yeah.
12 you're saying is, and you said that's it. That's
The reason I say
that's
that's
like
it because now...
9 too many.
But the reason I say that's it is because now both teams do super kicks. And it usually ends up being...
Adam Cole's part of that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think O'Reilly did one, but yeah, Adam Cole definitely did one.
I mean, think about the Lucha Bros and Young Bucks. That was fucking like 20 or 30.
And Meltzer Driver is not the Meltzer Driver at this point.
I noticed
It's
that.
what do they call it? They call it something else, some other driver, but it's because they don't do the springboard. The
Oh, from the-
springboard part is the Meltzer Driver.
Oh, yeah, that's just from what, the turnbuckle, the corner?
It's a springboard. This he just like.
Well, I mean, in
ran
this, it was just
like a
from-
spike driver type thing. Yeah.
But yeah, I noticed that as well. And then,
We go to the main.
was this the one where they said, no, okay, yeah. There was a chant I want to get to then, but
For what?
I think it's after the main. So the main event of this show. By the way, why do they call it Steen Wolf?
They just call things.
I noticed that
Yeah.
because they have one for Lemmy.
I mean, it's Halloween, so like Wolf, Teen Wolf, Steen Wolf.
Okay,
Yeah, that's why I figured it's like a play on Teen Wolf.
but
But
like
I don't think the cover. You saw the artwork, right? That's not Kevin Steen.
no.
I didn't think so.
It didn't look like him, yeah.
But what about like Lemmy? They just have a pay per view called Lemmy or a show called Lemmy.
Maybe,
I don't know.
maybe it's after he passed away. It's a tribute to him.
Maybe I really don't know.
I noticed they have weird names. So main event: Generico, Kevin Steen in a ladder match for the title.
Main events, whatever you pay to see.
That's it.
Yeah,
Though that's the
yeah.
one.
Oh, you would have paid to see Davey Richards.
No, I would have paid for this though.
I also picked this because I know he's a big fan of.
This was awesome. When I saw this, I was like, yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
This is good.
yeah.
This is good. ROH.
I'm surprised you hadn't already seen it.
So-
ROH's final battle one is better. Fight Without Honor. That's better, but this was good.
So I got this for the tag match. He got this for the main.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
The crowd was so hot.
20 minutes, I think.
So is this
26 minutes.
Yeah. And it could have went longer.
at this point in PWG, are these guys having some long-standing feud?
Yep.
Okay.
I think Steen and Generico are a long line. It doesn't matter where they wrestle. People know that this is a feud.
So
It's your smart marks, you know?
Chuck Taylor's on commentary for this,
Yeah.
and he's commentating like a face. I don't know.
What's the storyline this time, other than the title?
So he took it from Generico. Generico was champion.
Okay.
And I think Excalibur on commentary. No, it was Chuck Taylor mentioned. You guys have a lot of long rivalries on this show.
Yes, he did say that.
With Steen and Generico, Chuck and Ricochet, and who was the other one? It was Peter and Candice maybe. But yeah, he said on this show there's a lot of you're bringing history back, and but yeah. So if you don't know, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn in WWE have a very long history. They're best friends. They've kicked the holy hell out of each other.
And they do. They do in this match.
Yeah.
There are definitely some really good stiff shots. Kevin Steen hits his fucking head off a ladder because he's a little short.
I think Sammy's back
They
gets
also
busted open.
spit and snot at each other, which is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Kevin Steen licked the ladder, which I don't get why.
You sick fuck.
Why? He'll just lick the ladder.
I don't know.
These ladders aren't wood.
They're fiberglass.
They're fiberglass, and you know it because they bounce back.
They break, but they don't break.
Sammy, Generico hits, and then he just like bounces him back up
Like a trampoline.
Yeah.
But the ladder broke. It didn't break. But
it definitely broke.
well, like in WWE, they break in half.
They got the streamers,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And I think Chuck Taylor criticizes the fans of
Orange.
PWG. Like none of these guys wear orange. You guys need to learn from Japanese fans how to do streamers.
And an Excalibur said
I think
it's
I've said
because
that.
Halloween.
I think we've said that though. I've said that when we go to shows and people do streamers. I'm like, that's not how you do this. This is not how you do the streamers. They just randomly throw them for everybody. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Each person, you're supposed to have color.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
This match
Don't watch New Japan.
That's true.
Also, so I wouldn't expect you to know.
is that similar to the money thing? I have no idea.
I do not know that, man. I don't watch Mexican wrestling though.
I don't know if it's a Mexican thing or not.
think it
I
is.
don't know.
It's got to be.
But this match was amazing.
There's nothing we can say can do it justice. Please go watch it. It's an amazing match. These guys will always work well together.
They tell a story.
They don't. Yeah, this is not. Let's go through the motions and get through this match. This is let's go out and fucking have a match for ourselves. There just happens to be a full packed house that's gonna watch us.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just let's fucking call it as we go.
And there's no way those hockey fights don't leave marks after. Like they are hitting the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
Or they are very good at pulling their punches because that is an intense hit from both of them. I would assume Steen's hits harder, but you never know.
Yeah. So
Well, like you said, all the wrestlers, they want to work with their best friends.
Yep, it's fun. It's always fun to watch best friends work together.
And you're guaranteed to be safe because they're good.
That's not
So-
safe.
What? You know what I mean?
You're not going to be mad about it. You
Yeah.
guys aren't going to bitch at each
And
other.
they're not going to intentionally hurt you.
Yeah.
towards the end of the match, lights go out.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Before that,
Young
before
Bucks
that-
suck dick.
yeah.
They start coming out.
Towards the end of the match, Young Bucks come out. They hit Generico. And I was like, okay, cool. This is setting up Steen and Young Bucks. Cool.
Yeah, you know what Mount Rushmore is, so you're thinking, oh, this is how Mount Rushmore starts.
And then they go after Steen. And I'm like, what the fuck?
There's a possibility, though, that Mount Rushmore starts the next show. Because remember, Steen and the Bucks are already friends. Mount Rushmore starts when they finally get Cole in. Cole is the last piece to make Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Not that soon, though.
No, it couldn't be that soon. Now, that has to be like 14, 13, 12. It has to be. So Steen wins the belt, the ROH belt, in 13 or 12. Yeah.
So the Young Bucks attack Kevin Steen. Generico wins the title. The Young Bucks extend the offer to Steen. They want to have guerrilla warfare against Steen. I don't know what guerrilla warfare is, but you said it's the...
It's an Extreme Rules match. Just anything goes. Type
So it's
thing.
not like just you got to climb for anything. It's just...
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
So then, oh, wait, you don't have a partner. Lights go out.
I knew who it was right away. Did you know?
No, I don't know. I don't know who this guy is.
I knew exactly who it was going to be.
Lights go out.
Super Dragon!
Super Dragon showed up and helps defend the Young Bucks off, and then Steen says, "I have a partner."
Super Dragon runs PWG.
Does he?
Yes.
I always thought it was Excalibur.
No. Well, I mean, because they're both mascots.
They're co-own. No, he's a co-owner.
He might be, but Super Dragon is PWG.
Okay.
Super Dragon's the legend type guy in California.
Oh.
I mean, he's not great, but he's all right. He's good to watch. He's probably pretty old at this point.
I was gonna say he got a big pop.
Yeah, he's essentially their like Ric Flair to WCW. He's the guy. He's the guy that's going to come back, and he's defending the honor of PWG against these young bucks.
Okay. And then after, like the fans were chanting "Show of the Year, Show of the Year."
Yeah, they were saying that.
And then Steen grabbed a mic. I don't know what he said.
Oh, I might have turned it off before this.
The crowd might have overpowered him, but the only thing I heard was I knew we'd put on a hell of a show, but I didn't know we'd literally tear the roof off.
Oh yeah, because that's something we didn't talk about.
Yeah,
and Excalibur does bring that up early on in the show, is that he hopes they don't pull down the ventilation system with it, and he does. He pulls off the cover.
The vent. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. When Generico pulls down the belt, the whole thing comes with it. The vent.
Yeah. So Steen said we literally tore the roof off. Fucking great match.
They run mostly the same place every time, so I'm sure it didn't really matter. I'm sure they just replaced it or whatever.
Yeah. I thought it was a good show.
But no story. It's not,
I was going to say, is there no secondary belts?
I don't think so.
No.
They just have like their heavyweight, that's it? There's no like...
Yeah.
There's the tag belts and
Tag,
the world. Yeah.
I don't
That's
think
it?
so.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't great, but it was a good show. I could have done without a couple of matches, but...
You're crazy to want Willie Mack and Davey Richards to be shorter. This is not in comparison to the Hog Pen match. I'm sorry. That shit told a story. They did a really good job. I don't give a fuck. I'll defend it till the fucking end.
No, that Ahmed Johnson, Buddy Randell match.
Buddy Randell.
5-star classic.
Fucking piece of shit.
So I know you don't watch a lot of indie stuff. What was your opinion on this?
Well, I only saw half of it. So what I saw, I liked.
Can you give us an insight into what you're thinking for next week? Because it will be John's pick next week.
I got mine. If you want to pick, go ahead. I got a lot going on.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, then I'll find something that I'd pick for you.
We could do...
Nah. No, your end will be the next show.
No.
Two shows.
Oh,
Your end... Because what if something really cool happens between the week of Christmas and New Year's?
Yeah. I mean, New Year's Day is Monday. It's a Monday.
Yeah. So that's why the week after New Year's Day will be our 2023 awards.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So next week we'll do another review, and then we'll have the 2023 awards.
Yeah, so Justin's the indie guy normally. And I'm more of the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, and then you're more of the new gen stuff.
Good stuff, yeah.
actually, I'm more golden era.
Yeah.
I did grow up with that.
So it's nice for me to be able to watch indie stuff, and that's the type of stuff I like. I like spot fests. I like the Young Bucks.
Shall we do a tournament of death?
Sure.
The one that I'm in
I was gonna say you found the
I
one
did.
where
I
you-
found it.
The problem was
13 seconds
when
in.
I was younger, I never went to indie wrestling shows because my parents didn't take me. They took me to WWF house shows.
And you didn't have the internet the way we do.
Yes.
Or even DVDs that were capable of getting those. Like I honestly, without High Spots, their DVD sale that they used to do, I wouldn't have this knowledge of indie wrestling that I have.
Actually, without High Spots TV.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what they used to do was the 5 DVDs for $20, and you would just get 5 random DVDs.
Yeah.
And that's how I learned about any of this stuff.
Because like it's hard to find, like all you find on YouTube is highlights,
Yeah.
even of like PWG or.
And you would, I would see stuff in forums and stuff, but I wouldn't, you can't put a face to these people.
Yeah.
You would hear about El Generico. Well, what do you think El Generico sounds like to a guy who has never seen him wrestle? That literally sounds like, that's fucking boring. Why would anybody want to watch a guy named El Generico? The generic.
But, I mean, I've never gone to house shows in Hershey and that for WWF, but I never went to local shows when I was a kid. And then I
On
had
the
the
network.
magazines.
And this is something I don't think Jared's ever watched. You remember those like Spectrum shows
Yeah.
where they're not they're house shows, but they're
They used to run in Philly
televised, but
like
they're not
once
like
a month.
full TV production. It's literally like watching a house show with a camera.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched any of those?
No.
That would be a good one to watch.
There's
some shit in there that's like, oh, what? Where does this come from?
There used to be a cable channel called Prism,
Yes.
which was like HBO, Cinemax, Stars. It was a pay channel. And they used to broadcast it. They used to run a Philly house show every month, and Prism would show it. It was a house show. That's all it was.
And
they would show it. And they called
same as
Spectrum Wrestling.
yeah. MSG Network used to be a thing for New York, and that's how you would see MSG
And
shows.
Spectrum is what it used to be called. The venue used to be called.
Yeah, Philly used to be called the Spectrum.
I remember going to my mom's dad, my grandfather's house, because he had Prism. I used to go there to watch it. And, if Hogan was on the show,
I'm
it was
gonna find
like,
a good one. It's not gonna have Hogan on it.
no, I mean, that was a big deal. Oh my gosh, Hogan's going to be on. Because most of the time, your main event was like the tag belts
Yeah,
or the Intercontinental.
but you also you have shows. You have matches in those shows that, you had. I know there's one, and this might be an MSG, but it's Piper and Flair in the main. You never saw that on pay-per-view. You never saw that anywhere else. So as far as you're considered, they never touched. If you just watch TV, they touched in the Rumble. That's it. But
And then you get Hogan later, but Hogan and Flair would do the house show loop.
and if you hear about Macho Man and Bret Hart doing a loop together, that's probably on one of those somewhere. Bret in between, so he's a tag as a heel, goes on a very small singles run, works with Macho, then goes back to being a tag as a face. But in between there, he does a run of house shows with Macho Man. That'd be great to watch. I'll find something.
I remember
for
watching
you.
Prison Wrestling.
In honor of you, I'll find something for you.
I appreciate that.
Can you pull up the list that we were talking about earlier?
List that we were talking about earlier. Can you be a little more specific?
April.
For April. Oh, yeah, sure.
What is going on with this?
I don't know. We need new equipment.
Yeah.
So this weekend, December 23rd, Saturday, 2 days before Christmas,
I have like no service in here.
Hamburg Fieldhouse, AXW farewell. Last show at the Hamburg Fieldhouse. Come out, show your support. First 3 rows, I believe, are sold out, but there are still general admission, standing room, whatever. There's going to be a cage match. Pretty cool. Nice way to send off. Suicide will be there, the wrestler. We'll be there. Come say hi. Take some final pictures. Piper Snuka Coconut Shot was there. Andre the Giant held some people on his shoulders there. It's going to be a bittersweet moment to be there for the last show, but they're growing. They're improving. So
I saw wrestling there. Probably
Both
before,
of us were there as kids.
before Jared was born. I was watching wrestling there.
I got to
Greg Valentine, Missy Hyatt, and Firebreaker Chip for me.
I saw Bob Backlund.
earlier this week. I got to experience a student showcase brought to you by Three Legacies Wrestling. It's an opportunity for the current students to showcase what they're capable of in front of a small audience, mostly family friends, to prepare them for the bigger stage. Sometimes they don't have that luxury, like our friend Jay. His debut was at the stadium. Mm-hmm. Holy hell, imagine his emotions. But it was a fun time. It'll be on YouTube at some point, so I definitely recommend checking that out. They're expanding their company as well. January 20th, they'll debut at Millersville University in Lancaster. I'm not going to try to pronounce the gym because I think it's Prosciutto, like prosciutto. I don't know. But Mania, WrestleMania, Philadelphia this year. First time in 15 years.
No idea.
No, 20 years, probably
15 was the last time. Was the only time it was in Philly, WrestleMania.
And this is what, 40?
Mm-hmm.
So 25 years. April 6th and 7th is WrestleMania. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening the weekend before, the week of, even the days of WrestleMania. So now that it was somewhat announced. April 3rd in Philadelphia. It's a Wednesday. There will be an indie showcase of wrestling. Local promotions from tri-state area and some surrounding.
Yeah.
But 1CW from Delaware, Atlantic All-Star Wrestling from New Jersey, Three Legacies from Pennsylvania, the Wrestling Independent from Pennsylvania.
Oh, we know Atlantic All Stars.
Yeah.
I just realized that when you said it.
Northern Tier Wrestling from New York, and Next Up Pro Wrestling from Virginia.
I like that. I like that name. Next up.
So, I like Create Pro as well. It's like, I don't know. But I don't know exactly what that is.
That just stems from Brian being a fucking nerd.
Huh?
Myers.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a chance for the people in Philadelphia. They get to experience some other local wrestling. Like I said, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Virginia, PA. I don't know if it's going to be televised, taped. If it is, that'd be cool. But we'll be a part of that in some way, shape, or form. Being that in 2024, we are a sponsor of Three Legacies Wrestling. So I'm looking forward to that. I wanted to attend Mania. I don't think I will.
Never.
Also, MLW, January 6th, Philadelphia, 2300 Arena. I really want to go to that. Whether photography fan, whatever. So there's a ton of wrestling out there. Philadelphia is about to get crazy.
Yeah. That's the only
WrestleMania.
reason I don't want to go.
Yeah. WrestleMania is coming in April, and there's going to be a ton of wrestling promotions running in Philly in the next couple months. So there's also a post that we've been seeing go around Facebook and stuff. It's a meme, I guess, but support indie wrestling.
Yeah.
If these guys are selling T-shirts for $20, it's not a lot to them. They might sell one T-shirt a night. They might sell 10. You don't know that. You don't know how far they're driving in from. So go out, spend $5, spend $20, buy some stuff for your kids. Go have fun. Take pictures. I know as a kid, I always enjoyed going to a promotion called WPW and having a chance to get pictures with the wrestlers. I even met guys like King Kong Bundy, Captain Lou Albano, Ed House when I was a kid was wrestling there, and now I can see I've known Ed House for that long. It's always a great time. So
Now you get to see him come naked out of the shower.
yeah,
To cut promos.
but yeah, definitely go out, show some support. It's a cheap night out. Happy holidays. We'll see you towards the end of the year. Later.